Sunrise stand-up comedy is hilarious. Why? Because who does startup humor at Sunrise via a Sunrise startup comedy series inside of the 99 Days of Christmas, also inside of DeepSeek unofficial 23 days of open AI? Are we just word salading, tossing salad? Or are we making a terrific joke franchise? We're doing all of it inside of morning, inside of morning, inside of mornings. How are you this morning? I hope you're good, because you're in for a ginormous treat within stand-up comedy, a joke franchise where the hits keep on hitting. Why? Because I'm actually being serious with a straight face while I took the time to make it funny. Is this also what Einstein did? Yes. Yes. Understanding things well enough where the information is going to get transferred to you, okay? It will, by osmosis and diffusion. It's okay if you don't know the difference, because this is me shoving my brain into your brain via Sunrise video series, joke franchise, CMMASFM, hashtag. Hashtag not obnoxious, hashtag specific, because hashtags were meant to connect one concept to another concept. That's what Celestial Mining and Management accounting software for mining is. Why did I say mining twice? Because mining is incredibly detail-minded. And let's say that you didn't notate, hey, within this startup comedy, I didn't know that you're going to be giving out Easter eggs and then dropping money bombs. Correct, because what is the screenshot wallpaper for this? It's an Easter egg in and of itself, which is Celestial Mining and Management accounting software for mining. Where is this a flex for us to show brain power? No, it's more just being specific about some future dates that we can laugh at, because it's hilarious that people can't add 12 days to 23 days to 99 days to May 4 to May 8, and subsequently, oh my God, I forgot that Memorial Day is May 24 to 27. Oh, I forgot. When people forget about national holidays such as MLK Day or January 20th, which is the football national championship, we get to benefit by shoving in a joke franchise while we do stand-up comedy to two people, right? Who does stand-up comedy to two people? I do. Why? Because I'm doing things that don't scale. Is that a Paul Graham essay? Who cares? Let's jump into some bullet points, which is this a flex presentation on accounting double entry? Accounting is double entry, and accounting is technical and boring. Do you want me to talk about 25 minutes of accounting innovation from the Chinese guy? Maybe. Good morning. That is a way to say good morning, right? Is you see the accounting, we're doing the news right now, which is a head-on collision right into the flex presentation of how to do what Duck 9 does without having to hire Duck 9. This is a joke franchise that you can do with me as your non-employee co-founder. Is this a flex? This is a curtailment. This is a augmentation of something that exists, which is a problem with money, because the decimal points only go to two places. Nobody ever talks about decimal points going 8 places to the right of 0, right? Who loves the number 0? I do. Who cares about decimal points 5, 6, and 7 to the right of 0? Very few people. But guess who does care about it? People who are trying to have Bitcoin returns against specific Satoshis. Did I just lose you? It doesn't matter, because all that matters is that Celestial Mining and Management, accounting software for mining, that hunts for a problem, which is the US dollar does not get specific enough down to the Satoshi. Remember, there are 100 million Satoshis inside of one Bitcoin. Is this getting too technical all of a sudden? No, because now we're jumping into the humor of, is this a hashtag that is meant to be a joke? Hashtag CMMASFM. Saying mining twice is hilarious. Dropping an Easter egg for you to hijack the hashtag CMMASFM is hilarious in its own right, because none of these secrets are hiding in private, meaning you can make a competitive advantage by selling this for $14 million, because I'm going to be selling it for $15 to $20 million. Are these ideas able to be stolen? Yes. Am I mapping out everything to become awesome? Yes. Is this being 25 and gay? You can bring up homosexual stuff. I'm saying we can be funny with winning at entrepreneurship. Why? Because we're not throwing Hail Marys to try to have relationships with new people, because maybe we should be making money right back on point. Is this a joke? Instead of throwing putty out to people and being like, oh, you don't like me, you must be gay, we can realize that startups take off because the founders make it take off. And yes, this is a joke franchise, but we can still make it take off. Why? Because we'll run a playbook play, hashtag EUTWM PPM, right out of chapter 66, Snowball. Snowball is funny because it's that cool thing that girls do when they catch it in their mouth and then they snowball it back somewhere else. That's what a snowball is. It's swapping a donut hole or a white ball and spitting. And so, thank you. I am trying to be, actually I'm not trying to be as cool as a polar bear, but you must be reading ahead, because my next question is, where's my Fluffy, right? It's called Where's My Fluffy, and this is what it is. As a Bitcoin miner, we ask each other when people say dumb things, do you know the difference between your hole in the ground or your butt? So when people say something dumb, you're like, hey, serious question. Do you know the difference between a hole in the ground and your own asshole? That is not an insult, because it turns out it's actually difficult to tell the difference between the two things, because a hole in the ground looks like a little hole, and your starfish, okay, your butthole, it looks kind of dirty and brown and dark. That's why you shouldn't necessarily discount people that don't know the difference between a hole in the ground and a butthole. which leads us to stuffed animal. Why? Because it's a starfish. We just came up with, what is this? Is this a hole in the ground or is this a starfish? And when it's a pink starfish, then you zoom out and you're like, oh my God, that butthole, it actually belongs to, that's actually a butthole, and that actually belongs to like a nice fluffy butt of Heather, of Diana's, of Kennedy's fluffy butt. And now your presentation is allowed to have an ass picture or an ass model inserted into the presentation called How to Do What Celestial Mining Management Does, accounting software for mining, without having to buy the company Celestial Mining Management, accounting software for mining. That's a presentation where now you have permissible purpose for including a butt or several butts. And what's the stuffed animal logo? The stuffed animal logo is a starfish. It's a cute kids animal starfish that we can then do arbitrage on, because everybody wants a stuffed animal to bring home from the work conference back home, and they're walking around with your company's logo, which is starfish. What problem does this solve? This problem solves the, I don't need to be pitched by another shitty startup, okay? Nick Spiller, there's a joke franchise, don't pitch me, or your startup sucks. Your startup sucks. This is how to make it suck less, by adding in a stuffed animal. What stuffed animal is Celestial Mining and Management doing, accounting software for mining, using? We're using a starfish. So we take these starfish as attention getters, and we use that as a pitch within a Bitcoin mining conference, Bitcoin for corporations, any kind of tech conference, especially a mining conference, which is, hey, would you like to learn about why we use starfish as our company logo for Celestial Mining Management accounting software for mining? Would you like to get more information? So when you're talking about a polar bear, yeah, you're talking about a polar bear that's winning at entrepreneurship, because we're substituting the polar bear, which we can use next time, with the starfish that we can use this time. Snowball. Am I talking about your polar bear making up a hard pack of Snowball and then giving it out, throwing it? No. This is the Snowball of Joke Franchise, Chapter 69. Because, yes, this is stand-up, but what also this is the comedic timing of money, where it's unexpected and it's an interruption of what you extrapolated, which is, there's no way that Snowball can be a real chapter inside of Snowball, Joke Franchise. It is! It absolutely could be, and that's the comedic reference for you to bring it all the way home, which is, are there parties for us to crash and host? Because if you're having a hard time entering this party by jabbing in some heckling, then you're gonna be paralyzed at a real party that we're going to be crashing. Here's some bullet points on how to better crash a party. 1, show up 3 minutes, counterintuitively, before the party starts. Ideally 10 minutes before the party starts. 2, we want to find out who the host is, and we want to actively confess to them, hey, I'm here with my stuffed animal starfish, and I'm just crashing your party. Is that okay? Whereas everyone else is like, oh yeah, I'm invited, look for my name on the list. And they don't find your name on the list and they feel like you're lying. That's how most people crash a party. Whereas now we can host. Why? Because we already brought the starfish, right? We seem like we're a good time. And we are honest about the fact that we were not invited, and we're looking to solve problems. That's what also we're doing with our joke franchise, is while we're hunting for the problem, which is Celestial Mining Management accounting software for mining, going from the number 0 to the right of the decimal point, 7 places, 6 places, 5 places, 9 places to the right of 0. Now people are like, oh, is starfish meant to connect you to the number 0 and the decimal points to the right? You're like, wow, maybe we should have a 7-armed starfish that goes 7 decimal places to the right. Is this math humor? A little bit. But what is talking about how we can actually use stuffy, fluffed animals in order to boost our awareness and make our joke franchise take off. Who can benefit? Specific people, and also VCs. What we're looking for constantly is who can benefit from this content, who can benefit from knowing about the number 0. Because when we hunt for who benefits, then we are okay with hecklers who try to distract us. We're okay with people that have shorter attention span because we're just focused on asking the question within our joke franchise, within startup comedy, within stand-up comedy, within the 99 Days of Christmas, who can benefit from specific knowledge on getting off of 0 customers. And it goes right into strategic management 353, which is how can we turn around a business by buying that business and then selling that business. That's a huge undertaking, okay? Why not take a crappy Larry Chiang video, hi, I'm Larry Chiang, and make it slightly better by applying the things that you feel would benefit you and have it benefit one of your friends. What I've roped you into doing is within stand-up comedy, turning it into a book club where you're able to learn something slightly new or hear something that's slightly entertaining and different, delve into it specifically and study it and ascertain, hey, this was useful or this was useless. What have you done in that exercise? What have you done in that exercise? You have exercised the genius thing, which is expanding on a prior. Let's bullet point how to do what Duck9 does without having to hire Duck9, that's my company, into paste copying that for yourself for whatever you're interested in doing. Book club, how to get the value of a book without having to buy that book. Rent it first at the library, and then you get the return on investment for the $45 fee or the $25 cost. And so you're inverting and becoming incredibly resourceful when you get return on investment. And that's an interruption of what you thought this would be, which is this good-looking, charming guy is going to charge me for something. Oh, am I going to charge you for something? Yeah. Would you like to buy a sales class from me for $750,000? Well, if you don't have $750,000 to pay me cash, here's what you can do. You can take the content that I've already created and then wait for you yourself to get $750,000 worth of value, and then think about paying me, because I don't want any of your money until you can prove to me that you can spend 30 minutes on a video and get $30 better. Spending 15 minutes on a video and getting $200 better. And notice how the room changes in dynamic where you're like, what? You're going to keep me accountable? Yes. This is accountability at the next level, which is, can you even successfully sell something and then buy it, which is a hotel room? Because last time I checked, the football national championships, they're going to happen in 2026. Are you going to squat hotel rooms? Squat like purchase early before people purchase later. Because after Bitcoin Las Vegas, there's going to be a Bitcoin, probably Palm Springs, maybe Scottsdale. And what you do is you reserve the hotel 1 year in advance. Here's some advanced dates which also might come into play that might be profitable for you. May 1 to May 3rd, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, the guy, the Snowball movie. Oh, the Snowball book guy. I just slipped out a joke franchise, which is the Snowball movie. You're welcome. That's your joke franchise. You can run with it. May 1 to May 3rd. May 5th through May 8th, Michael Saylor, famous person, live action business case study 1459, MicroStrategy. And I even joke franchised it to be hashtag MichaelStrategy because it's Michael Saylor's strategy to do Bitcoin operations and treasury operations with zero coupon bonds with no recourse. And that's also related to Celestial Mining and Management accounting software for mining companies. Hashtag CMMASFM. And so when we iterate on this squatting a hotel room, how quickly can you reserve a hotel room where you're risking no money and then you're making money while you're making money because you're reducing the risk by flipping the phraseology of return on investment. That's all you're doing, is flipping it from return on investment, because that implies that you have to wait. That implies that you have to spend money to make money. We're doing ROI, return on investment, where we sell it first and then we code it. We sell it first and then we buy it. Making a joke franchise real. Let's field goal. Let's fucking go. Which is this, LFG. A joke franchise becoming real. There's nothing more real than food for lead generation. Meaning we're giving out little snippets of food in order to do lead generation. Food for lead generation. And you have a joke franchise. Now you incorporate food for lead generation. And then related to that is bottled water that's labeled for lead gen. Lead generation is where you're taking something that is less than $1 and then trying to make $5,000. In your case, you're trying to make $50 by spending less than $1, because now you've gotten a little bit of working capital from squatting hotel rooms. Now you do food for lead gen in the lobby of that hotel, and you get incredibly detail minded. Did you have a good time today at stand-up comedy? I hope you did, because these stand-up comedian content is going to roll right into DeepSeek unofficial 23 days of open AI. I've got another Easter egg for you. Are you ready for it? I've got an Easter egg for you. Look what I got for you guys. Food for lead gen. Do you know who loves cookies? People at conferences. They love cookies. Look at these things. That's the Easter egg, because you're able to take a cookie you're able to take a cookie and turn it into money. That's not even a motif of a bakery. That's an Easter egg defined. What is an Easter egg? An Easter egg is, in America, Christian people slapping a bunny on technical content, which is Christian content, slapping a bunny on it and turning it into a franchise. Because if Easter were to just be like, oh yeah, we stabbed a Jewish guy in the ribs, we shoved him in a hole, and then 3 days later he came out, little kids would be like kind of scared of that because it'd be like, oh my God, is this the whole Jesus thing? But what if the way that you met Christianity was via a fluffy bunny? Via a fluffy bunny who's like, hi, I'm the Easter Bunny. Friend, I'm a duck. And this duck is friends with the Easter Bunny. And now what are you getting? You're getting an entree into somebody who's like, has hair similar to me, where I'd be curious about what's going on with entrepreneurship if the Easter Bunny were involved. That's what handing out cookies is. That's what handing out cookies is I don't care about accounting software, okay? I don't. But guess what I do care about? I do care about getting a sugar rush because I'm addicted to sugar, and a starfish who's going to be a substitute for duck. If you want to get me something cool, 98 San Joaquinto, Duck 9, 78701. And then being able to win at entrepreneurship. Winning. 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 Food for lead gen, using stuffed animals, being relentlessly resourceful in how we promote. I enjoyed spending time with you guys today. Do you guys have any questions for me? What questions do you guys have? We're talking about Easter Bunny. We're talking about winning by extrapolating. Joke franchises starts taking off because the founders make them take off.